Well, here we are with another quick video update. I wasn't going to show this part because I'm not exactly proud of the looks, but I didn't figure it would be fair to other builders and my subscribers to hide what the backside of a panel ends up looking like. So this is my electrical panel, about 3 hours of terminating some wires. And this is what it looks like. I just finished bench testing it entirely functional. My cables look like hell. Right now I'm going to put it into the sim and do some more functional tests, but it does bench test fine, so I'm sure it'll be great. And then I'm going to shorten these up and do away with the black tape over that. That's just there to hold things together. But this is pretty much what the backside looks like. It looks like spaghetti. I used a Cat5 Ethernet cable. This is definitely not anyone's first choice. I actually wouldn't recommend it, but it's what I had available to me. It's small, lightest gauge wire I can pretty much get my hands on. I have a huge length of it. I have about 1,000 feet of it, so I could build 10 sims with it. It works. No complaints really, other than it's solid core and difficult to work with, and this is not what it was intended for, but hey, it works fine. The big goobers are just hot glue that I've dabbed on the ends. Reason being, for anyone who's watched my previous videos, this is the style of switch that I'm using. It's an AML21 with an LED that I've put down through myself. So all I have protruding is the LED posts. This requires some careful soldering and then needs something to hold it in place. You can buy a connector for these and a lighted switch. The cost of that was way too prohibitive for my build. Personally, I wouldn't have come so far so fast if I didn't try to find an alternate means such as this. These switches worked out to I think about $3.45 when I bought them. I don't think you can get equivalent lighted with solder lugs for probably less than about $7 or $8 a piece, or maybe even more, and double that now. The price, they're not available anymore, so they're getting pretty scarce. My version, it works pretty good. The light goes down through, solder the spaghetti soup all on the back side, and use some, I use the automotive goop usually, but I needed something faster cure and I didn't care about the looks, so I used just hot glue. Didn't even have a hot glue gun, so I had to heat it up with a little butane torch. That's why it really looks like hell. But kind of the beauty of it is I have lots of these spare switches, several of them ready to go. And should I have a problem with one, people will think this isn't serviceable and whatever. You just snip the wires and pop a new one in its place. Done deal. It won't be difficult to service. This thing is not a functional aircraft, so it's not going to get banged and bumped and carried on. These are the FDS board connectors on the other end of the harnesses. Still need some cleanup. Last night what I did the dual LED AMLs, which is several of them, here and the bus tie and down here and here. And I interfaced those and I actually had this already up and running on one of these harnesses, and it worked flawlessly. So far so good. I'm going to take this over and plug it in and do some final testing and make sure everything's okay before I fix the cable harness. Had a friend over actually not that long ago and he asked me about this mess. yeah, there's a lot of wire snippings and various other things on there. But here's a helpful tidbit for those. I still see an awful lot of mistakes in soldering. I've been doing it a lot of years, so it's something I'm pretty good at. This thing is actually a pretty old Unger. I've had this since I was a teenager. Still kicking. But basically the long and the short of it is, this is just cheap rosin core solder. 60-40 mix. But this stuff is really, really good. Get the electronics version from, I think this is from Radio Shack, the fine stuff. It's same deal. But this is why I have kind of this big mess here. If you're going to be doing any amount of soldering, most people know, don't use paste. There's no need for paste unless you're a plumber. Just don't do that. There's no need for such things. Simply take your soldering iron, take the tip to the solder, take it over to your splash tray, and give it a flick. I don't know whether the iPad's going to capture that, but it's nice. Actually, in this case, I would have normally given it a little wipe with a paper towel first, because I did catch some insulation with it earlier, and there's still some goobers on there. But before you tin your wire, tin your iron. Give it a flick. It'll clean right up, and then go ahead and tin the end of your wire. And before you go to join wires or solder onto a terminal, do the same again. Tin the tip of the iron, and you've already got your wire tinned, and it'll just go smooth as glass. And your joint should look nice and shiny. If it looks dull, that's cold, it's no good, it's contaminated, whatever reason. Easy fix. But anyway, thought I'd share that tasty tidbit. That's why I have this big mess. As you can see, I do quite a bit of soldering. This is actually just from today. The wire ends are going back a little bit, but just that solder from here, from this today, which is quite a lot of terminations. Each one has a switch termination, so 2 wires on the switch itself. Each one with a backlight has 2 wires for the LED, and some of them, like I mentioned, the dual LED AMLs have 2 each. So lots and lots of terminations. Person could simplify it a little bit if they were building a simple sim and just hardwire it so the switch operates the LED, but in my case the LEDs are operated from the Flight Deck Solutions board, so I can do bulb test. The LEDs will come on as per the sim, not the state of the switch. Also, I have momentary contact AMLs. These are all non-latching in my entire Lear. That's not normal. The real Lear uses many latching AMLs. I chose not to do that for the simple fact that sometimes I do short flights, sometimes I do mess around, whatever. Really easy to get the Lear back in a state ready to go if none of them are staying latched. So you actually use the software logic. So you press it, the software interprets it, usually FSA IPC, and through the FDS interface, and interprets it accordingly. No need for hardware when you can let the software do the heavy lifting. So anyway, I'll try and get a couple of shots maybe with this installed in the sim. Well, here we are with a little bit more of the update. I slapped the panel in. It's not bolted in place or anything yet, and queued up FSX. I don't have all the computers running, console computers not running, but happy to say I was able to check all the LEDs and all the switches, and I only have one switch giving me some grief, and that's the bus tie switch, which isn't really isn't functional in the sim, but it would be with some internal logic. Right now, sitting here cold and dark, you'll notice that I have some LEDs flashing, and these particular LEDs are programmed. Unfortunately, I have to make some internal logic or actually sever the power to the LEDs. Otherwise, they come on by default when battery power is off, because it knows battery power is off to the avionics, but even though the master battery is off. But whatever. I'll fix that soon enough. I think I'll just do it all with internal logic. I see no reason I can't. But thought I'd show you how far I came. This was only like 45 minutes. I'm no guru with FSU IPC or any of the programming, but FDS interface IT software makes it super easy. Anyway, I'll give you a quick look. We'll turn the batteries on. This panel might fall out because it's not bolted. Boom. Works. Perfect. Avionics. Perfect. Works good. I did program the left and right main. Those aren't accurate. Those are mimicking the avionics just to light them up for something to do. I did program a button so I can do a bulb test. And here we are. I don't have left and right bat. The LEDs are in there. I did not wire them because I'd have to take up another pigtail for the FDS, and it's not a light that I'm planning on seeing anytime soon. I will interface those later, but for now, more important to get all the other stuff working. Works good. I just programmed one of my EFIS panel buttons quickly to do bulb tests. So there we are, dark. There we are with all mine on. They look pretty good. Just did 2 duals. Sorry for the shake here. I'm trying to do things one-handed. The 2 duals, I need to pop the covers and move the LEDs a little bit. The 2 of them are pretty bright, but the greens come up good, and the single LEDs are just perfect. I'm really, really happy with them. So there we are. I did go a little further than what I thought. One example, I don't have over here, I don't have anything programmed to flip the APU on, so I'll do that up here through the VC. Sorry for the shake, this thing's hard to hold with one hand when you're trying to run a mouse. And I'll click it over to start, and immediately the APU Gen Avail comes on. It's a little quick. I wish FSX wouldn't do it that fast, but and then the generator comes on automatically. I did program the switch so I can toggle the gen on and off. Works like a champ. That's all done through the interface IT using FSU IPC. So I'll go back up here and I'll turn it off, and both kick out. Works pretty good so far. No problems. We'll should have left it running, but we're not doing anything real world. We'll hit an auto start. Let's see what we get. Everything seems to be working pretty good. No problems thus far. I'll click on some other goodies to get rid of some stuff. And this is what Jet 45 looks like as it's spooling up. This is just the auto start sequence. I don't have start panel yet, so we're still just letting it do the auto start. So as that spools up, not a whole lot else to report. This will be my next panel to interface. I need some lenses, and all will be well there. It should be pretty easy compared to this one. It's, no dual LEDs, and the switches are really, really easy to terminate, so it'll only be about half the time of the electrical panel. But there we go. Up, idling, no problem, perfect. And turn those off, and sure enough we get left and right gen fails. Turn those back on. Perfect. So coming along, there's still quite a few other functions on that panel to interface yet. Most I have to do with internal logic, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe a quick look at, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this, but no, This isn't going to work real good. I'll set up some screen capture software to maybe show you how easy the Interface IT software is. It's just super easy to find the inputs. The longest part it took me was to find my LEDs. Being that there's so many outputs on the card, locating it via sweep on the card took quite a while. But locate inputs, just a matter of putting it on locate input mode and tap the switch, and then just tell it what you want to do. It's really easy. It has FSU IPC lookups built right into the Interface IT program. And what I couldn't find there was just the APU flags for the LED outputs, and I found those in the PDF for the SDK for FSU IPC4, so done deal. Anyway, that's pretty much it for tonight. Thanks for watching.